y'all, Renee here. I am here today to share my entry into Kendra's Card Challenge number 8. I did number 7. If you look back, there will be a video that I did for that one. And I'm again doing Christmas cards because I have a bunch of Christmas cards to do. So I just thought I'd really quickly show you what I did. If you're not familiar with Kendra's Card Challenge, I'll leave a link down below to her website so you can check it out. It's really fun. It's free. There's prizes. It's awesome. You can download this from her website, and this gives you all of the cutting guides and the inspiration sketches. It uses 6 sheets of 6x6 paper. I actually used 12x12 that I cut down to 6x6. And the paper that I used was from the current October-December catalog, close to my heart. And it was the Christmas Story paper pack. So this paper pack right here, I also used the sticker sheets. I used one piece from the embellishments, and I used these 2 stamp sets. This is the November stamp of the month. You can get this for free if you're a VIP and you spend $50 or more in the month of November. Get this for free. If you spend $50 or more in the month of November and you're not a VIP, which talk to me because you really should be. If I wasn't a consultant, I would be a VIP. Then it's $5. And if you just want to buy it or outright, I believe it is, let's see, I think it's $18.95. If you just want $19.95 if you just want to buy it by itself. And it's on page 59 if you wanted to see that. So that is what I used. I used that. I also used this little mini stamp set. I used this background die, which is called Stitch Lattice Background Z3681, and this is still available on my website. It's not in the current catalog, but it's available on my website, so I used that. I used an old embossing folder that is no longer available, but really, when you see how I used it, you can really use whatever you have, or don't do any embossing at all. It really doesn't matter. I also use the basic circled dies, which these are still available on my website. And then I also used a couple of oval dies. These are retired, but really, you'll see when I show you the cards, you can really use anything you have. The ink colors that I used this time were Scarlet, Pine, and Black. And I also did some heat embossing. I used Ranger silver tinsel and copper tinsel. I'm almost out of silver tinsel. I need to get some more of that. I also used some icicle stickles. My Sharpie pen, you can use any kind of a pen if you're going to do some faux stitching. I also used my broad tip embossing ink pen. These are available on my website as well. You'll see how I use that. They are awesome. And this is what I have left of the sticker sheet. So I used a lot of the stickers, and I probably could have used more, but I have some other ideas for some of these stickers that I want to use. So those are left over. And like I said, I just used a quarter of each sheet of paper that came in the paper pack. And with that, let me show you my cards. So this is card number 1. This background back here, if you watched my last video, you saw that I made some paper using some, let me find it. Oh, if I can find it. I don't know what I did with it. Oh, here it is. Using this Dylusions shimmer spray in, what color is this? Does it have a color name on it? It should. Fiery Sunset. So I use this Dylusion shimmer spray and Fiery Sunset to create this background paper out of just white cardstock. It takes a while to dry, and definitely use a spray box because it goes everywhere, and once it dries, it is permanent. So I'll give you a closer look at this one. Very, very cute. One of the little stickers. And then all of my solid color cardstock was mostly just scrap from my scrap pile of paper. So I didn't really keep track of how much cardstock I used. Sorry about that, but just use what you have. That's my goal. So this one used a lot of the stickers from the sticker sheet. Very pretty. I love this one. I thought this was so cute with a nutcracker. And I know exactly who this is going to. I have a sister-in-law who collects nutcrackers. I don't think she watches my videos, so I think she'll still be surprised when she gets this card. But I thought she'd really like that. And here's another one using that background that I made with that shimmer spray. I only did one, I think one 12 by 12, and I have used that piece of paper all over the place. And actually, I did this as a full sheet, and what I should have done was cut the gut, the inside out of it so that I had another piece to use on another card. I love doing that and saving paper. Here is this one. And I did use a lot of just plain black. It worked really well with the colors. And then this is the one that I used the piece of embellishment from that embellishment pack. And I don't know if the camera will pick it up all that well, but it's very glittery, very pretty. And then this is just some old twine that I had laying around. I actually think it's kitchen twine that you're supposed to use when you tie up like roasts and stuff. But I use it all the time for just crafty stuff. So, and these were stickers from that sticker sheet as well. And then I didn't mention it in the beginning, I also used just a bunch of bling that I have in my stash. I have a whole big container full of just bling, and I've been trying to use it. Again, there's some of that background paper that I made with the shimmer spray. And I love the way that this comes together. Now, I will tell you, when I did all the cutting, I didn't really pay attention to which piece I was cutting with what. I thought, you know what? I'm going to give myself an additional challenge of not even pre-matching the papers, just cutting them all out. And with very limited exception, did I have to get out some pieces of scrap and cut something different. I think there's maybe only 2 pieces that I had to do that with. So these papers go together so well. So there's that one. Here is another one. I used that fiery sunset background paper I made. I love this design. Really came out really, really cute. And one of the birds from the sticker sheet. This one was really fun, and I don't know if my camera's going to pick it up, but this is the one that I used the stickles on. I put the icicle stickles on the top part and then the 2 little balls that hang down from the stocking. And in person, it really gives it a really nice glittery look, but without the glitter coming off on your hands. So I like the way that turned out. And here's one that's very similar, but with this one, I used that embossing folder. And I love our paper because it has a white core. So after I embossed, just dry embossed it with that embossing folder, I just took, let me show you what I used. It's a Dollar Tree thing I found at the Dollar Tree for doing your nails. And I just rubbed it until I got some of that white coming through. And it's just a really neat look. And then also some bling from my stash. And I did put this up on some foam dimension. I didn't use a lot of dimension because I do mail the majority of my cards. So I try to keep them as flat as possible. But once I saw how this was looking, I thought it needs just that little bit of something. And then when I add the bling, it just keeps it very even across the card. Then this one, I thought this one turned out so pretty with that poinsettia, and I just cut off the edge. I like having stuff go off the edge of things and then just trimming it off. I think it just gives it a real nice look. Then here is this one, and I did do some faux stitching around the edge. I don't know if you'll be able to see that very well. I did do some faux stitching around the edge, and for that, I did use the Sharpie pen. I got this at a Bible journaling conference. I got to find some more of these because I really like how fine that tip is. It's really fun. So I haven't really tested it too much to see about it bleeding through on things. But this I didn't have to worry too much about because I was gluing it down. And then some pieces. These are actually close to my heart bling, and those are still available in my catalog, in my online store. It's just the black, can't remember what they're called, black dots. Although they did change the way they do them. You used to just get dots in 3 different sizes. Now you get dots and stars and hearts in 3 different sizes, and they're that enamel. And they're not real tall, so they don't mess up when you're trying to mail things. And then this was really, really fun. So there's two cards that are very similar because they are the other piece that you cut when you cut this starburst. And I really like the way that she gives you the measurements to cut these starbursts, because starbursts kind of freak me out. I'm not sure I'm going to get them right, and I worry about them, and it's like, it's just paper, get over yourself. But there's that. So here is this one with a little, I love doing the little banner cuts on the edge and then ran it underneath this poinsettia. If I had it to do again, I think I would have put the poinsettia a little higher up so I didn't have cut so much off of it, but I think it still turned out very pretty. And then this one was really fun. I was wondering what I was going to do with this sticker from the sticker sheet. I know it's made for mainly scrapbooking, but I wanted to use it on a card. And it really turned out good with this particular layout. Just I don't know if you can see it, it's got a very subtle print in the background that really coordinates well with this subtle print. And I think that sets off the plaid really well. And the way you cut this, keep your pieces with the correct piece. Keep your pieces, if you're doing plaid or anything that has something that lines up, keep your pieces separate between the two cards, because you can see here that I got these to line up so that they look very seamless. This one I thought turned out so cute. I thought about putting some stickles on here, but I thought, you know what? I'm just going to leave it, because I don't know if you can tell, but this sticker from the sticker sheet has foiling on it. Isn't that cute? I love foiling. I don't have one of those hot foil plates, but man, do I think about it every time I see someone using it, because it just turns out some of the most beautiful embellishments. And then this one is the one where I got out the heat embossing powder, and I did it twice. So this is the one with the copper tinsel, and I thought it was really cute, but I just didn't think it went real well with the colors in these papers. So I kept it, and I'm going to use it for something else. But here is the one I did end up using, which is in the silver tinsel. And then I put my sentiment on a piece of the same paper back here. And when I laid it on here, I'm like, oh, that kind of blends in. What can I do different? So that's when I took this embossing pen and I just ran it along the edges and then heat embossed some silver embossing on there, the silver tinsel and same embossing powder. And I think it just turned out really, really nice. In person, it's really sparkly. I don't know if the camera's going to pick that up. So that's that. And then here's the very last one, which I think it's a tie between this one and this one for my favorite. I love the way this came out. And this is the first time that I've used that background die. And I just want you to see how cute that is. It puts all of these little stitching lines. It cuts that scallop border. Just wonderful. I love this embossing. I guess it's a embossing die cut. Let me show you again. I'm not doing a very good job. So here is this is a metal die cut. And it also does this embossing for all of these stitched lines, the lattice stitching, and then it does embossing stitches all the way around the outside, and then cuts all the holes and your scalloped edge. So you get a 2-in-1 with this particular die cut. And then this was actually, I had used this sticker on another card, and I didn't need the whole thing, so I saved the piece. Here it is. It's this one right here. I saved the piece that I cut off the top and then cut my own banner end on it. And I think it just works really well with this particular card. So that is all of my cards for the Kendra's Card Challenge number 8. I will lay them all out so you can get a better look at them and make sure I stay in camera. Oh, I'm not very good at watching what I'm doing on this monitor that I have in front of me. So we'll just hope that I get these all lined up correctly. But like I said, if you want more information about this card challenge, this is my second time doing it, and I absolutely love it. I love using sketches. And this not only gives you the sketches to use, and I have now run out of room, this not only gives you the sketches to use, but she also gives you the cutting guide. And sometimes when I'm using, I don't know about anybody else, but when I'm using just the sketch, I waste so much paper because I can't figure out how to get things cut in the most efficient way. And Kendra takes that guesswork completely out of the equation. And it's also a great way to use up some of your paper. And I'm sorry, this is all cattywampus crooked. I hope you can get a good look at them. And I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions or you want to check out Kendra's website, look down below. Any questions you have, just leave me a comment. I will be happy to get back with you on any questions that you have on any of the products I used, any of the techniques I used. I didn't really use a whole bunch of techniques on this one, but if you have questions, just give me a shout down below. If you enjoyed this video, I would so appreciate it. Just give me a thumbs up. That helps me so much because that shows YouTube that people like my videos, and the more interaction I get with my videos, the more YouTube will show them to other people, which I love sharing what I do. I love inspiring other people. Other people are so inspiring to me, and I just want to pay that forward to others. So with that, I am going to leave you. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.